Hi love bugs, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a lash map for all my lash artists and future lash artists. If you're not a lash artist, I'm sure you can follow along. Just need to buy the supplies, and I got all these supplies except for the tweezers and the marble off of Amazon. So you're good to go. This is the lash map I'll be recreating. It is the Shay Shay, named after myself. Hello. So just keep watching and I'll show you exactly what you need to do to create this lash strip for yourself, or if you want to sell it for other people. If you do recreate it, make sure you tag me on Instagram at Fiercemf. Thanks. Keep watching, babe. Okay, when you begin, these are the supplies that you will need. Some lash trays, preferably like a pack of them. Here they are. Boom. You can get these off Amazon, AliExpress. Your tweezers that you love. Lash Bay is really great with tweezers. I've had these for a long time. I probably should get some new ones. Then you want your glue rings. I used to be a big fan of glue stones, but I realized that glue rings last a lot longer. So there you have it. Something to brush them with. This is my own lash mascara brush that I made. Comes apart. People can use it and keep it sanitary. Micro swabs. Micro swabs are awesome. That's what we're gonna use to prep and also seal with. A marble tile. I get my marble tiles really cheap from Home Depot. Don't let people charge you a whole bunch of money for these marble tiles. They ain't that expensive. Seal the deal lash sealant. This is from Lashes by Ken's. She's also on YouTube. Love her. And love this sealant. This glue aid. I'm going to use this kind of as a primer. This very cheap lash glue. I don't use this on people, but I did purchase it online to do color lashes. It's clear and a Sharpie. Okay, so to start, we're going to cleanse those hands. I keep that thing on me, that Perel. I got Perel in every single room. Even before Corona, we're all about that. And besides, I'm going to be pinching fans. So when you're pinching, you want to make sure your hands are clean. Then I'm going to get this glue and shake her a bit because she needs to be well shook. This is my workstation. Ignore the other ones. Sometimes I'm able to like jot down different maps. So I like to call this tray mapping. It's like setting up your tray for the maps that you're going to be doing. These lashes that I just shown are my Fad Lash. You can get them on Amazon, really cheap. I use them on these strips, not on people. And T-Dance also, it's nice. I mean, you can use these on people, but I have other lashes that I believe are a higher quality that I use on people's lashes. They are Easy Fan also. I don't use Easy Fan on my clients because sometimes Easy Fan is heavier. These are lash strips that I've already created. Tons of different styles, 15 in total, of different colors, different sizes, very different looks. And I'm very proud of them. If there's one you'd like to see another video of, let me know. I'm gonna do it. Why? I got nothing else to do. So this style of strip that I do is called Shay Shay. It's me. I'm Shay. My family, my little sister especially, calls me Shay Shay. So I wanted to do a lash strip that is like me completely. And this is me because it's very fun, like tons of different curls. And that's the way the lash is gonna look afterward. It's like, boom. That's me. That's Shay Shay. That's me in a lash form. Like, hello. Can't you tell? Look at it. The detail. So I'm taking off the first lash. This is the Fad Lash in 13 millimeters and it's 0.07. And then I'm gonna write on my tray which lash this is, which map this is, and I decided right next to this I'm going to put what the type of lash it is, Fad Lash, and it's D.07. After that, you're gonna just lay out every single lash
that you use in this particular set. That's the way to keep yourself more organized when you're doing this, and to make sure that you don't, you know, slip up and use something that you didn't intend on using. I actually do it in the order of which I'm going to be like placing the lashes. So you'll see once I put down the next one what I mean by that. So in this next clip, I decided to use the Lashes by Ken's lashes. This is 0.03. This is the 17mm Fad Lash. I think I realized that I did that wrong, and I took it off. Because that don't make no sense. That's not what we're doing next. Yes, exactly. T-Dance. There we go. T-Dance is a brand that you can also get on Amazon or AliExpress. But this is the one that I'm going to use. It's a classic lash. So it is 17mm, and it is actually a CC, and it's 0.18 is the weight or the diameter of it. So it's a thick lash. This is a huge lash. You really don't want to use these on people unless they have a thick, healthy lash, because it can weigh down the lash. But because we're using strip lashes, who cares? You're putting these strips on top of your lashes. They're not staying for a long time, and they're not going to weigh down your lashes. The only thing with strips that I don't like is the method of which people take them off, myself included. I don't take them off right. I just rip them off my eyeballs. Not cool. Use micellar water, use a little oil, but don't just rip them off, because that's how you have bald spots in your lashes. So I meant to tell you that one before, the Lashes by Ken's, that one is a 14mm, so it's 13, 14, 17. Pretty sure this is another Fad Lash, but this one is 15mm. Yeah, and it's also 0.07D lash. And then we're placing down another Lashes by Ken's or LBK. This is the 15mm 0.03D lash. This next one I'm putting down is the Fad Lash 14mm. You can put this before the 15mm. I'm just going to use it before and after it, so that's why, you know, this one I was just like, it doesn't matter where I put it. So I'm just priming with the glue aid and a micro swab. We're going to be putting this onto our lash trays over there, and I'm only using them on the ones that I'm going to be fanning out. The Lashes by Ken's ones that are going to be my 0.03 spikes, I'm not going to fan out, so I'm not going to bother using that on them. So I just use these on the Fad Lash ones, since the glue aid kind of stops the glue from rising up to your fan and closing your fan. Since the first time was a false attempt, I'm going to sanitize my hands again, because we're about to start. And I'm going to shake up my glue as I did before. I'm going to get my glue ring on and shake it up. You should shake it up for a minute or two if you have time. I also have a glue shaker, but she wasn't nearby, so I just let her be. She was upstairs, I believe, and I was downstairs filming this in my makeup room, actually. Brush your lashes out. So I'm going to grab my very first fan, which is the Fad Lash 0.07D, which is kind of like a DD, to be honest. It's very curly, and this is in the 13mm. It fans out easy. Like I said, it's an easy fan. I can do a separate video of me fanning out different lashes for you, but this is really easy. So if you're not a lash artist, you'd probably be able to do this as well. I do recommend taking a class if you're going to be working on other people, but if you're going to work on yourself, or you're going, not yourself, but if you're going to make lash strips for yourself, you don't really need to be a tech to do that. If you find this is great and you like it, take the class afterwards. You know, whatever it takes to get more lash artists in the world. So I just put this first lash on. I put it on underneath the lash, which is something I do with my actual clients as well. And I find it a lot easier with this because it just adheres pretty well. What you're doing if you're a lash artist and you're like freaking out because I put that on super close to the lash line, that's what you're gonna do. This is different than an actual client's lashes. I would be using two tweezers, one to isolate and the other to put it on. But with this, I can clearly see the lashes. They're not like human lashes where they're stuck together or they're very close together or there's several layers. There's one layer, I can see them all clearly, and I can lash really close next to each other. So I'm going from one end to the next end, which is also a great thing if you are in the lash world, you know, to avoid stickies. But yeah, you can put it as close to the lash line as you want, or really on top of the lash line if you can, because we're avoiding or we're ignoring all of the rules of lashing a person. So again, let's pick up another 13 millimeter. I want this one to be very wide, so I'm picking up a lot. And I can do that even though it's 0.07 because again, we're not lashing a person. If we were lashing a person, we would follow the rules of lashing. A 0.07 is very heavy for a volume fan, and you would probably only use 5 lashes. I'm using like 9. I'm using like 10 to fan out because this can handle it. It's not a person's lashes. And I'm going underneath again. I'm struggling to record and do this, but I hope you can get the gist and I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just going underneath and then pushing it up and out afterwards, and this is how it looks. 2 cute fans right next to each other. Then again on the other side, picking up 13 millimeter fat lash, fanning it out pretty wide, and I'm grabbing a lot, really up to like 9 at a time sometimes with these lashes. Again, putting it really close to the lash line so that it can stick onto there. And I am using more glue than I would typically. I'm dipping in a little bit more. So I now have 2 of my 13 millimeter on each side here. I'm just showing you how that looks. So next I'm going to pick up my T-Dance lash, and this one is in the 17 millimeter. It's just one single lash. It's easy to pick up because it's a classic lash, and it's 0.18, so it's pretty large in diameter. Dip it in the glue, get it really in there, and put it underneath. Sometimes it'll attach like really close to the other fans, and that's okay. But just put it on there, and it doesn't matter if it falls to the side or anything because this look is kind of a messy bun look, so we don't care where it falls. I literally let it fall. I'll try to keep it up straight, but if it falls to the right or to the left, that's fine also. Okay, of course we're doing the same on the other side. I'm gonna try to give you a close-up there. Putting it on the next lash. They're very easy to see, especially when they're on this tray, because it kind of spreads them out a little bit, which I like. It's not like a straight line or anything. When I was doing it on the mannequin head, I would put it on the tip of the nose also to give it more of a curl so you can see each individual lash. That really gets it done, and you can actually put them on top instead of on the bottom if you have trouble doing that, but I don't, luckily. So yeah, I couldn't get the first one on, it looked like, but that's okay. If you can't, like, pick up another one. It does not matter. Pick up another one. Sometimes they do not want to stick, and again, you're putting PBT lash fibers onto PBT lash fibers. So what I'm saying by that is, trust me, they adhere much better to natural lashes than they do to their own like material. You get what I'm saying? It's a process. This takes, I would say, almost as long as a full set on natural lashes because of the fact that it's just, you're still lashing. Yeah, you're not isolating as much or anything like that, but it takes a long time. So yeah, this next lash I'm picking up is the Lashes by Ken's in the 0.03, and I'm not fanning it out, so you see me kind of pinching it together instead of pinching it to separate, if that makes any sense. And I put it on there and it kind of fell, so I took it off. Again, if it doesn't want to work, pick up another one and do it again. It's really that simple. So I'm picking up another one, I'm pinching it together, I'm putting glue on it, and I'm trying to make sure you see this. There we go. Putting it at the base, holding it for a bit, and I hate it. Sometimes you cannot stand how it looks and you're just like, you know what, forget about it. You're just gonna have to go. Anyway, it seemed to work that time, so I was happy with it. But that's how it's looking right now. It's getting messy. So whatever you do to one side, you're going to do to the other side. I thought this clip was a little bit better. It's me putting it down right next to the classic lash. And with these lashes, they don't have to be closed all the way. I know with spikes, we make sure they're closed completely. But I like leaving it slightly open to create some more dimension. So that's what you see there. It's getting really nice and messy. I love to see that. And I'm pretty much going to do this 4 more times. So it's going to be 13mm twice. A classic lash. That's the 17, and then the 14mm of the spike. But you can also switch it around like I do. So I'll do the 2 13mm, the spike 14mm, and then the 17mm. That's what I'll do. So this is how wide I show you the fan is. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Nice. That's how wide I like to get it. And with these tweezers, it's very easy to get it wide. Like even if it wasn't a easy fan, I'd have no trouble because these lash blade tweezers are alive. So I did that again 4 more times, so 5 times in total, and this is what we have so far. Very nice. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it, baby. So for the next set, I'm going to start with 14mm, and that's the Bad Lash. We're gonna widen it up, but I think I put down my last classic. Yeah, so I put down my last classic in 17, and just showing you what it looks like. It is very messy. I'm loving it. You know what I can't wait to do? Lash someone's eyeballs with this set, kind of, but modified. So this is a nice view of what it should be looking like right now. Okay, so once we add our last spikes on, that's 5 spikes in total, 10 of the fanned out 13mm, and then also 5 of the classic lashes. On there, we're going to start with 14mm and the Fad Lash 0.07D, and we're going to do this 10 times as well. So 2 14mm on each lash. The Lashes by Ken's, we're going to go up to 15mm, and the spike, not all the way closed spike, so half open spike. Ooh, that's another close-up of a fan. Wow. The cracks in my hands are bleeding. Keep bleeding. They're bleeding. They look so ashy, girl. Anyway, I think it's all of the Perel I was using. So we're going to put this on there very close. Again to the lash line. And push it up. If it acts as if it's going to fall, push that baby right back up. So yeah, I do the 14. But actually before I do the 14mm, I do another 13mm, then a 14 next to it. Then I do the spike and a 15. Then I do the classic lash in the 17, and then I do 14, 14. So that's the lash map for that. And then again, I'll probably put the lash map in the description so that you guys can get it, you know. And I'll do a picture as well where I put the lash map. I just want you guys to understand this. That was my whole goal with this. And I want you guys to get it. Because I have fell for the traps of paying for people's lash maps. And they're not detailed at all. I mean, not at all. And I've literally been sitting there like, so I just pay for you to write down a manual. You're literally saying, and then I do this, and then I do that, and then I do that. No, you're not telling me really how many lashes are in that fan. You're not showing me how you make the fan, or if you keep it wide, if you keep it medium, if you keep it narrow. They're just literally saying, this is what I do. Okay. And this is $65. No, I could never. Of course, one day I want to teach a class on this, but as of right now, this is for free information. Lash maps should never cost money. I did pay for one lash map, and it wasn't $65. It was like less than that, like $20, and it was the best lash map ever. I'll link her. Her name is Lashes by Lol, LOL. And bomb. So that's what I want for the spike. I'm just showing you it's not closed all the way again. It's not. And you put it right next to it. We know the order by now, and again, you want your lashes to lay anyway. It's going to be really messy. That's how you get the best look for this particular style. I have other styles where they're very neat and they're very pretty and they're very put together, but this is like a messy bun style. The Shay Shay lash, because my life is a mess. As a Libra, there's no balance. There's no balance. So yes, we're back to putting on, I believe that's a 14 millimeter. And yeah, we're just really getting each side to look really messy and fun. What you can do after this as well, after you're done putting everything down, you can go in between or go over top, since we're putting everything under. Go over top and add in like 11s. That will give you more fullness for the entire set. That's what I would do on someone too. So as you see down there, I have a lash that fell. And that's okay. It happens. It happens, especially with these big ol' 0.18. Like how heavy that is on a lash. Girl, it's bound to fall. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, where are you at? You definitely fell. So I'm putting one in its place. So this is what we have thus far. The 13 and the 14 wide millimeter next to the 15 millimeter spike and the 17 millimeter classic lash. Let's continue 4 more times. So we have that on there another 5 times, which it looks like it's basically done, right? Yay! We're gonna take it up a notch. So for the last lash here, I suggest you putting your classic lash as a 18 millimeter. Go up in the diameter right here, and you could actually do it a little bit before this if you want it a little bit longer. It really depends on what you're going for. This is really simple. You can literally start this at 15 and go all the way to 20 if you want to. It is up to you. I may do a longer one because I like longer lashes. I can't pull off a 25 millimeter, but I can do about 20. And that's something that I may do on another type of lash. We'll wait on it. So after I do that, we're gonna start our next section. In our next section, we're gonna start with 14 millimeter wide fan and then a 15 millimeter wide fan. We're using the Fad Lash 0.07 again. And then for our spike, you can use 15 LBK 0.03, or you can use a 16. For this set I use 15, and then I use the 18 millimeter classic T-Dance 0.18 lash. So that's what we're doing. And again, the lash map is the same. 2 wide fans, 1 spiked halfway close, and 1 classic large one next to it. So that's what we're doing. And I'm making sure to keep these fans as wide as can be, and then narrow at the base. So I'm just doing another 15 millimeter wide lash. Again, this is Bad Lash. Look at how messy it looks. I really, really love this style. I cannot wait to lash a human. You don't know. I take this coronavirus serious. My friends think I'm like a mess about it because you can hear my dog. I'm sorry. Because I'm crazy. Like, I'm not going anywhere. No one's coming over. They cut it off. I've had people like, can you do my lashes? I'm not sick. No, you don't know that you're not sick. Okay, you can be asymptomatic, sweetie. You don't know. And I don't know if I'm not sick. You know, I pray to God I'm not. And I haven't done anything or seen anyone besides my 3 dogs and my man. You know, but you don't know. So no, I'm not risking it. And for those who are risking it, good luck. I'm sorry. I just cannot stand people who don't take it seriously. I call one of my friends Lil Rona. She be running around. She be out and about. Okay? Have fun, Lil Rona, but don't bring your tail near me. Even after this mess is over, okay, it can be over, but I'm still gonna be on lockdown. Probably 2 weeks. I told my friends, a lot of them are like, I have a Taurus friend, a Gemini friend, an Aries friend. I'm sorry, Aries season. Y'all did not have no fun, and I apologize. Pisces too, y'all didn't have no fun. We were on lockdown, mainly for Aries season. But like my Taurus and Gemini friends, even my Cancer friend, honey, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Unless you want to see this girl in a hazmat suit, okay, let me know. I'll show up that way, but that's the only way. So I'm just finishing up. Sorry, I went on this rant. I'm just finishing up on both sides, and we're gonna do this again. I don't really do it 5 more times. I do it 3 more times, and then I go down. Because here's the thing: you can go longer, but honestly, it's going to drag down the lash. So I shorten it up towards the end. I go down. So this is what we have thus far. This is before we go back down. So we ended with that 18 millimeter classic lashes tee on the outer side. Oh, it looks so messy. Now we need to go back down. So I'm going to start with a 14 millimeter wide fan. That's the Fad Lash 0.07D. That is like a DD in my opinion. That's why I say I use about 3 different lash curls, because it's like a DD. And then the LBK Lashes by Ken's 0.03 that we're using for the spikes, that's like a D. It is a D, and it performs as a D. And then we have our CC Classic Lash. So yeah, I'm adding on the 14. It's a wide. And then I'll do another 14 on the other side, and then I'll do a 13 and a 13. So we're going back down, because towards the ends, you want to go back down, because that part of your eye is flicked out anyway. And I like to really slant it to the side too. So instead of putting it like straight on, I'm slanting it to the side a little bit so that it fans outwards. So we're adding that very wide 13 millimeter at a slant, fanning it outwards, kind of swaying it outwards like that. And then on the other side, and as you see, it's already looking the way that we need it to look. It's so messy. And I'm going to use a 14 millimeter for the spike, the LBK spike, and then a 17 millimeter on the classic lash. Okay, and then you can go back the last couple of lashes and do 13, 13. That's all I'm gonna do. You don't need any more spikes or flash of lashes. But again, you can go in between and use 11 millimeters on the top to get it more full. So I'm just speeding this clip up a little bit because I'm just adding those 13 millimeters I was telling you about right there, and you just want to fan them outwards so they sway, or you get kind of that cat flick look. It's just going to really tie everything together very well. And so we are done. These are the angles. Look at how pretty. I mean, come on. Do you get a better lash than that? So pretty. I love it. We're going to seal the deal. Lashes by Kins has a sealant called Seal the Deal. I really like that name. It's something I'd say. And here I am saying it. We're not going to use the mascara wand because that's nasty. We're going to use a micro swab, and I'm going to coat the top of the lashes and the bottom of the lashes. We'll brush it afterwards and you're pretty much done. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. You did it. You made it this far. This video was very long. Very long. It took me hours to edit this, and of course hours to make it itself. But I love the process. So I'm taking the lashes off carefully. You know, you're not just gonna rip them. You want to make sure there's none down there, and there weren't. Yes. Anyway, this is how pretty it turned out. If you guys have any questions, please put them down below. I'll have in here another video that I put in of the lash, you know, on my phone, because my camera was acting like, girl, we're not about to do it. We're not about to focus for you. And I'm sorry you thought that was the case. We're not about to focus for you. Yeah. Thumbs up, like this. Add any questions. Follow me on Instagram. It's Fiercemf. You can also follow my lash page, but I post everything on Fiercemf, really. Gonna be doing more skincare videos soon. And thank you. Bye. Oh, and as always, I have to tell you this, because it seems as though some of you think because you are home and you know Rona that you do not have to highlight your titties. You lied. You lied. You've been lied to, and you are lying. Highlight them. Put your SPF on and then highlight them. Don't play, because I can see it from here. Okay? I've got X-ray vision, baby girl. I see what's going on and I don't appreciate it. Okay? Make it happen. Bye.